Everyone is part of a bigger story. It's a bigger story than you can imagine. It's a big story about a really big God. Discover the story that shows you the character of God.
Hey, what's going on? I'm CJ, and this? It's my Bible. It's pretty slick, right? But as cool as it looks, what's inside is even cooler. Yes, I'm talking about God's words, written down by some people who loved Him and listened to Him. It all starts in Genesis and goes all the way to Revelation. Yes, 66 different books written by a bunch of different people. But all telling one big story. And this story shows us who God is and who He created us to be. Today, I want to take a look at 4 stories about a couple guys named Paul and Timothy. 1 Timothy is a letter written to Timothy from Paul. And right from the get-go, Paul reminds Timothy that Jesus can use anyone's story to make a difference. Now, I know what you're thinking. Of course Paul can say that. He wrote half of the New Testament. Well, let's just say he didn't start off all that good of a guy, but God still used him, and it was a powerful reminder that Jesus could use Timothy's story too. And if we skip back about 10 books, we'll see that Paul truly believed that God had big plans for Timothy too. Right here in the book of Acts, chapter 16, we see that Paul, after talking with the people in the city of Lystra, realized that Timothy had a gift. And Paul made sure to take Timothy with him on his travels so that Timothy could see that using his gifts to spread the news of Jesus could truly make a difference. In fact, Paul wanted us all to know that. Just 2 books over in the book of 1 Corinthians, Paul helps us to see how important each and every one of us are in God's big story. He reminds us that when we follow Jesus, we are like a part of one body. And like each part of the body, we each have something specific that we were made to do. So, make sure you don't try to make everyone an ear if you're an ear. Hey, and if you're a big toe, don't spend your time wishing that you were an ear. I mean, who wants a body that's just ears? That's weird. And finally, I want to go back to the book that we started with, 1 Timothy. I think this is especially important for those of us who are just kids to remember. 1 Timothy chapter 4 says this: "Don't let anyone look down on you because you were young." That is an awesome thing to remember. Look, just because you're young doesn't mean that God can't do amazing things through you. And it's also a reminder to make sure that you don't do anything that will make people look down on you. Timothy and Paul remind us that we are all unique. We all have different gifts and personalities and passions that Jesus is just itching to use to make a difference in the world around us. Because of your individuality, it plays an important role in the story that God wants to tell. And I can't wait to see how those roles play out for you and me.